In just a week, students will be returning to Indiana University's Bloomington campus. But nursing student Lauren Gill won't be with her classmates. She is recovering from the most serious injury ever associated with the iconic Little 500 bicycle race. She ended up on life support after a crash during practice for the race in May. Only on 13 tonight, her family allowed the Night Beat's Anne-Marie Tiernan to follow Lauren's intensive therapy and her push to one day return to IU.
We are going into a sprint, but Kelsey Thornstrom.
The Little 500, one of IU's storied traditions. 23-year-old Lauren Gill hoped to add to that history by leading the first Little 500 team riding for the IU School of Nursing. Lauren even recruited her sister, Kelsey.
The fact that she decided to do this and then somehow got me to do it too, that pretty much describes Lauren.
The sisters are just 13 months apart, and Kelsey describes Lauren as the tougher of the two.
Here on campus. Oh, and there we go.
Both knew crashes are part of cycling. In fact, riders are instructed to stand back up as quickly as possible. That's how Kelsey knew something was very wrong when during a practice race, Lauren went down.
The fact that Lauren didn't immediately get up was really concerning.
Have you been to the track since the race? Is this your first
No,
time
yeah,
back?
this is my first time since the race.
Kelsey took us back to Armstrong Stadium, to the pits, where she was standing when Lauren crashed.
She rubbed tires, so her front tire hit the girl's back tire, and she just went over her handlebars and landed on her shoulder and then on her head right here. I ran over to her and she was unconscious. Her neck was bent at a weird angle.
My cell phone rang and it was Kelsey, and she said, you know, Lauren's been in an accident, and said she's unconscious.
It was a parent's worst nightmare, but now it was mine.
There was always a question about whether she would be alive when we got here.
You know, I went into the emergency room and there's Lauren, you know, just totally, you know, unconscious. And her whole face was just really, you know, all the cinders from the track.
Lauren was critical. A pressure monitor drilled into her skull, a ventilator helping her breathe.
You know, it was such a shock to see her in that condition.
Every hour, nurses encouraged Lauren to respond, but day after day, nothing.
Every night we got through that she didn't get worse was a good sign.
All I would do was cry and pray and cry and pray, and that's about it.
Then, early Easter morning at 4 a.m., Lauren gave a thumbs up, a turning point at the exact time the Pope was delivering his holiday Mass in Rome.
People were praying for her at that Mass.
For this deeply religious Catholic family, it was a sign. Encouraged now, and just 8 days after the crash, Kelsey vowed to go back to Bloomington and fulfill her sister's Little 500 dream.
This yet another show of support, very unfortunate accident, but the entire community rallying around.
The rookie nursing team led a tribute lap, wearing stickers honoring Lauren.
Seeing everybody clapping and cheering us on was really good.
It was a lift and a break from the pace of Lauren's recovery.
It's very slow.
After a day of therapy, Lauren told us she doesn't remember much.
What's your first memory after the accident?
I don't know. Something here.
Here is the Rehabilitation Hospital of Indiana.
I'm going to describe a situation, and then I want you to tell me what situation I'm describing, okay?
Okay.
Lauren's widespread brain injury created mental and physical deficits.
Pick up a prescription.
Lauren was a stellar student, and her determined nature remains.
A cup of coffee and a donut costs $1.75. If you paid entirely in quarters, how many quarters would you give the cashier?
7.
But we see every day a little bit more coming back.
Is this the day of the race?
Yeah.
She has double vision, and it's hard for her to see. Lauren knows her team and her sister finished the race in her honor.
When did you first realize that something had happened? I mean,
I don't even know. But it was just kind of hard to believe, I guess.
With no memory, she has no fear of cycling.
I would get on a bike again.
But first, Lauren's challenge is to walk again.
Okay, give it a good ring when we get up there. Ready?
Okay.
She needed help when she briefly stood to ring the bell, signaling discharge day.
Bye, room.
Lauren's therapy will continue near her home in South Bend. The hope is she'll return to Bloomington, but it won't be this fall.
And it's still going to be a long next 6 months or so, but we expect her to continue to do well and have that full recovery we've all been praying for.
Doctors say Lauren could continue to improve for up to 2 years. Her family believes her lengthy time as a patient will someday make her a better nurse. And as for the race, the IU Student Foundation, which hosts the Little Five, says while Lauren's injuries are the most serious in race history, it will not lead to any changes in how the race is run in the future.